Welcome to That Girl with Abby and Sarah. Today we're here with senior English major and music minor Victoria Chaitoff. While you may recognize her as the girl who rides her razor scooter around campus, she's also the executive director of AMP, the vice president of communications for Delta Gamma, and treasurer of Club Tennis.
She's also a tour guide, a member of Mortarboard, and of the National Leadership Honor Society Omicron Delta Kappa. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. So can you tell us a little bit about the process of how AMP brings artists to campus?
No. Or I can. Let me do that instead. AMP goes through an extensive budgeting process at the beginning of the, at the end of the spring semester for the fall, and then at the end of the fall semester for the spring. We spend a few hours going over our ideas that the committees have come up with on their own, and then the chairs all get together and we discuss what makes sense, what financially makes sense, what we think will appeal most to students, and then we come out of it with a pretty set budget, or a pretty set budget for the events for the next semester.
So do things ever get contentious? Do you guys ever disagree about what artists you want?
We've been known to fist fight a few times. We've never been known to fist fight a few times. It's never actually happened. But there's a budgeting coming up this weekend, so who knows? We'll see. People will definitely express their opinions. Some people have different views or different tastes, and that's natural. It's kind of good to get those different opinions. But if it gets contentious for a second, we figure it out.
So, what's your favorite event that AMP has put on since you've been involved?
That is a very large question. There are many events that I have enjoyed. I go to probably upwards of 40 every semester, so that look is how it feels. But I love AMP events, so it's always a pleasure to go to them. Gosh, some of my favorite events. I ran the comedy committee last year, so I really enjoyed some of our comedy events. Comedy Brew is always one of my favorites because we get to have student performers, and then we also get to bring in a professional, so it's a good mix, and we usually get a good turnout. It's a lot of fun.
So if you could bring anyone in the world to campus, who would it be?
Oh, wow. There's going to be a lot of ums in this interview, so I apologize to the world.
We're going with the broad questions.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's fun. If I could bring anyone in the world to campus. I mean, I could go with, I would bring, Beyonce, because, who wouldn't? But at the same time, Beyonce is not my favorite. I just feel that everyone would love Beyonce. If I personally could bring someone to campus, I'd probably bring, my favorite band is Jukebox the Ghost, and another one of my favorites is Taking Back Sunday. Either of those I would be pretty stoked about. And I just used the word stoked, so
go with it.
That's gold.
So are you interested in doing event planning or production as a career?
I'm not interested in necessarily continuing along with event planning per se, but if that's part of what I'm doing, that would be great. I hope to go into some type of career in the music industry, either in marketing, public relations, promotions, something in that realm, and event planning sometimes is a bit of that, and I would love to bring my AMP experience to that part of the job.
What about your musical talents?
Talents, is a very generous term, I feel. I don't have enough talents to render them useful in any way, but I definitely will enjoy having them while I watch much more talented people perform.
So you're also treasurer of the club tennis team. Do you have any exciting tennis stories to share?
Well, sophomore year, we were freshman year. This is freshman year, back in the day, back when I was a youngin'. And we were just driving along, and we ran out of gas, so we stopped at a gas station, as you tend to do when you're running out of gas.
I've heard of that.
It's good to know that I'm not the only one. And somehow we were sitting at the gas station, and we're getting ready to pull out, and there's a very clear, very stationary pole just sitting there, and we just backed right into it. So that was good. We were banned from traveling for an entire semester after that. And we also just made it to nationals a few days ago. So I guess on the upswing. We are going to nationals this year in April.
So you're allowed to travel again.
Yeah, I mean,
That was a while.
for now, I don't know. Things could happen.
You never know.
Yeah, stay on your toes.
So, as we mentioned earlier, you're very well known for riding your scooter around campus, and you didn't happen to bring it with you, did you?
Why, yes, I did.
Hey, have you guys ever wondered how long it takes to scoot around the Swem sundial?
Every day.
All the time.
Let's find out! On your marks. Get set. Go. Ooh, 11.6. That's still a world record.
If you have anyone that you'd like to see for the next that guy or that girl for the flat hat, please email flathatonline@gmail.com.